Hi guys, in this video we'll quickly go through how to accumulate funds to start up trading or investing, whatever you want to do. So this is mainly going to be about budgeting and getting inflow of cash. So the very first thing is to get a cash inflow. It could be from your job, it could be from an allowance that you get, it doesn't matter what it is, it has to be a cash inflow. So that's one of the key things. You could work part-time, work full-time, doesn't really matter. The only thing is you need to get cash into your hand. That's one of the key important things that you have to do. So once you have money flowing into you, the next step you have to do is you need to budget on how that money will be spent, because it's easy to get money in, but it's harder to keep the money within yourself, to yourself, without spending it or even buying unnecessary dumb shit with it. So the second thing would be you have to budget. So it could be a simple budget. What you have to do is you have to list down all of your expenses, literally all of your expenses to the dollar. So if you're like me, an individual living in a whole different country and is independent, so you have to pay your bills. It could be rent, electricity, water, whatever, and the rest of them. And if you are a bit older, you probably have a mortgage or even car payments. Whatever you do have, write down all of your expenses, write down all of your cash outflows as well, because this is very important to know how much cash you have left after you have had all of your expenses go out. So let's say, for an example, you are making $1,000 a week. So out of that $1,000, you have to pay 150 for rent. Let's say 50 for other bills, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So your total expenses just for bills will be 200. For food, it'll be another 150 to 200. And let's say you allocate around $200 to a miscellaneous, meaning you have $400 left in your savings. So with that $400, that's what we're working with. So write down all of the expenses, know what you're left with. Once you know what you're left with, what I do recommend is save for an emergency fund, just in case something goes wrong. Save some of it. I'm not saying keep saving every time, because saving is one of the most useless things you can do in modern times due to inflation, and basically saving is just, it's a dumb thing to do, but let's not get into that. But saving is not really going to make you money. So let's say you have a saving for an emergency day. So something bad happens, you have that level of comfortability. You have that level of comfortability to fall into. You just know you're sorted in case something bad happens. So let's say you don't really need much for an emergency day fund. It could be like 10 grand, 20 grand, it doesn't matter. And if you have other things to do, like pay student loans or pay for a car loan, make sure that all of these liabilities are paid out. All of these savings that you need to save up, especially if it's a student loan, all of that is saved up and it's paid out. So make sure that's done first. Clear your liabilities. And let's say with that residual of 400 you have, $400 out of that 1,000. So with this 400, what you can do is, let's say you save $300 a week until you reach that saving level of $10,000 just for an emergency day fund. You have $100 to invest. So what you have to do is basically get started, build, get started with building up your portfolio. So you can deposit $100 every week onto your portfolio, which is very significant because in 1 year that'll be $5,200 without investing. So that's because there's 52 weeks in a year, and 52 into 100 is 5,200. So in 1 year you'll have $5,200 to invest with, and this money you don't really have to worry about that because you put aside your savings. And with this money you can either, well, you can invest obviously, and or what you can do is you can start learning. You can pay for a course and pick up a high income skill. It could be anything: digital marketing, Wi-Fi money. You can start learning about Wi-Fi money and you can make a lot more with that. And with investing, let's say, yeah, cool, you're saving $100 a week for your investing. This is one of the most beneficial times that you can start, because as you can see behind me, the market has been falling. And as of today, if the market does recover, that's a 381% return, which is quite significant. So that's why this is literally one of the best times to get started. So with that $100, you can learn to invest, like risk that $100. If you lose it, yeah, cool, you lose it. But if you lose it, always remember there's a lesson behind it. The key thing is you have to learn from those lessons. You have to make mistakes. You have to learn from them, because it's very, very vital to learn from your mistakes and not do that mistake again. Unlike what I did, I kept repeating the same mistake over and over again, but now it's clicked with me, so now I know what to do. So yeah, that's about it. Stick to your plan. I would say that's one of the most important things. Once you have a budget, simply stick to it. And I'm also recommending allow some money for yourself to have fun with. So that could be the miscellaneous $100 or $200 that you're working with. So just spend it on anything you want to, because you have to enjoy as well. But for me, that's not the case. If it, but depends on who you are. If you want to spend that small miscellaneous amount and go have fun with it, but if you don't, once again, more capital for you to build wealth with. So yeah, that's about it. I will leave it there. Very quick and simple. Always budget your money. Know your inflows. Know your inflows. Know your outflows, and know how you're gonna be spending that money, because it is vital to know how money works. And once you have planned everything out, it's very, very easy for you to move forward.